remember the harvest fields were not ploughed in lines like they are now. They were ploughed in a square from the edge towards the middle. When the farmer got close to the centre of the field, all the men from the boats used to come out with their dogs to catch the rabbits and hares for food. The butcher used to display his rabbits on sticks outside his shop. 6 pence each they were. I remember there was a bounty of squirrels too, as they were such a pest. We used to get paid 6 pence a tail for them.
We all knew where the best wild apple trees were, and the cherry plums, blackberry bushes too. We used to pick wild marjoram and thyme, wild elder and watercress. We always walked up to the woods to pick wild flowers, bluebells, snowdrops and primroses. We would pick up dead wood and fir cones too for our fire. We couldn't afford to buy it, we couldn't.
Nature today. The dandelions are gliding across the viaduct and into the woods. I leap for them but miss every time. The cows are lying in a huddle that must mean it is going to rain. I see an old broken down track surrounded by trees crumbling to the ground. Green surrounds me. There used to be a road. You can see how Mother Nature has reclaimed what is hers, for nettles and beautiful flowers like lords and ladies. I don't know how anyone could dislike nature. Trees hunch over you. Shining bright through golden green is the bursting sun. Vast empty fields dazed with yellow iris flowers, a carpet of hazy sunshine. Buzzing bees hover lazily amongst the brutal stinging nettles. Nature. The river curls round, bold and rushing water. The water meadows are home to a vast array of plants and animals. Eels, lamprey, salmon, trout, crayfish, water vole, kingfisher, and even otter.
It was a lovely walk along the river from Hockley to Winnell. I used to do it every day. I loved to count the trout in the river. It was so crystal clear you could see the fish swimming in a line with the reeds, their bodies gently moving from side to side. Kingfisher darted out of the bank and diving down into the water. My favourite thing was to spot the water rails.
Now we hear the hum of the motorway, but also along with the birds, chatting to each other. Buzzards soaring in the thermals. The wind is rushing through, rustling. A moorhen takes her chicks to the riverbank. Cows graze sleepily in the meadow. Water is bubbling, reflecting. Dancing shapes, movement, flowing, fishing, glinting, sparkling.
Itchen Navigation is a 10.4-mile navigable stretch of the River Itchen, which opened in 1665. It was made navigable for barges by constructing sections of canals and locks. For about 150 years, barges carried coal and agricultural produce from Winchester to the sea at Southampton.
Competition causes the demise of Itchen Navigation. In 1839, the Southampton to London Railway opened. In 1995, M3 was built.
We used to stand on St Catherine's Hill, looking down at the railway line. You could hear the steam trains coming from miles away.
I remember my journeys on steam trains well. I remember the smartly dressed guards, the smoke, the noise, flags, whistles, the slammed doors, the compartment carriages for first class passengers, the whole rigmarole and hustle and bustle of setting off on a journey. I would put my head out of the window as we pulled out of the station and get smuts in my eyes.
Luncheon and tea baskets could be ordered by passengers at delegated stations on the train route. They would be loaded onto the train for service to station further along the line. The railways had their own telegraph system which could be used for talking to people, but also for the signal boxes to be connected.
Signals on the track were set to stop, to warn train drivers about an approaching junction. Signals made sure that no other trains were on the line where tracks came together. The signalman would raise the signal when he was sure the train had slowed down. The train driver would then receive a token, allocated to a train to ensure it had sole use of a single track.
Hockley Viaduct facts. The viaduct has 33 arches and spans 614 metres. It would take Usain Bolt 1 minute to sprint across.
It was designed by W.L. Galbraith for London and South Western Railway in 1891. Basketball was invented this year.
Each viaduct pier weighs 650 tonnes.
That is the same as 433 elephants, or 450 medium or 650 small cars, or 5.5 trains.
When I was a child during the war, you could never buy a new bicycle. Metal was needed to make guns and ammunition for the war. I remember my dad making me a bike. He made it from discarded bits of other bikes. It was painted green.
A cycling journey. It was like a never-ending path, walls towering so high you couldn't see over them. Sweet, sweet smell of summer filling your nose makes you smile. People are cycling along, gently jogging, joggers smile good morning. A ginger-haired cyclist speeds past, grinning. I hear the motorway, but it doesn't matter, really, because there is so much to look at. St. Catherine's Hill, painted in the distance, a railway signal reminds me of the ages past. This is a great place for cycling. A walking journey from the viaduct. The Hockley Viaduct, the first thing that strikes you is the traffic noise, but we must remember that all the busy roads link our city with other cities and towns and bring workers and visitors to Winchester.
We can see glimpses of the city on furling. On the horizon is St. Catherine's Hill and Plague Pit Valley. You can't see the cathedral. It is nestling in the trees and obscured from viewpoint. It is comforting to know it is there.
As we walk along the path, we know we are heading towards the city, but we can't see it yet. Winchester will be a lovely surprise when we get there.
On our way into the city, we pass Winchester College, and then the path meanders alongside the river, passing the city mill before we reach the bustling city centre. The city of Winchester is a very special place, well worth exploring.